Hello everyone, I'm Shrikant and welcome to our channel Happy Belly Fish. Today we are going to make masala chai, one of those drinks that you'd always order when you go to an Indian restaurant besides lassi. Now this is a warm tea made with spices and you secretly hope that your friends, Indian friends, would make it for you whenever you visit them. And I'm going to show you today how to make it at home in your own way and be able to make your spices, make it taste stronger or weaker the way you like it. This is like a glue wine for the people who don't drink alcohol, and you can have it every day. The most important thing that you need for making a good masala chai or tea are the ingredients. Good ingredients will give you better taste. It does not matter, like, no longer how you cook, whatever spice you get from the market, but if certain things are not right, it will never come out right. What are those certain things that you need right? One of the most important things for making good tea or good masala chai is the milk. You need full fat milk for this, which is just pasteurized. Don't buy this milk that you get that you can hold for 1 month without doing anything. I mean, that's not milk. And then you need good tea leaf. There are many types of black tea available in the market, and you can use the ones that come from Ceylon or the ones that come from Assam. These are one of the strongest teas, black teas, that you can get. If you have any other alternative that you know of, do use it, but remember that the black tea has to be something that's very strong in flavor. If you're going to use a rooibos tea, it's not going to work out. If you're going to use this Earl Grey tea or Darjeeling tea, it will taste very light, kind of like tea is missing in the chai. Okay, let's get back to making our tea. I'm going to make 2 cups of tea, one for myself and one for Anastasia, and we will need 2 cups of water and 1 cup of milk. That will be your ratio, and that's for 2 people. And accordingly you can keep on increasing the ratio. And then we will use some spices. You get spices in the market that's pre-made tea masala, but I never found them kind of nice enough. They had the taste that probably the spice maker made it for himself. But the kind of tea that I like has to be a little bit strong. And when I'm going to show you the spice mix that I'm going to make, you will notice that you can actually alter it. If you like it more spicy, much like on a harder side, you can add some more pepper. If you want it to be sweeter, you can reduce the pepper and increase cinnamon and cardamom. So we'll use 2 types of spices here. One will be sweeter and one will be on the bitter side or on a hotter side. I'm going to use some cardamom, black pepper, cloves and cinnamon. And we need something to sweeten the deal, otherwise it will taste really bitter. So I'm using Jaggery. You can use sugar, but Jaggery has a certain aroma and taste to it. It has a very different flavor, so I prefer to use Jaggery. I'm using about 2 teaspoons of it. And if you're not averse to ginger, you like the flavor of ginger tea, then you can also use about 2 teaspoons of ginger. Now this is what will give me 2 teaspoons of ginger. We need to, of course, grate it, and then the flavor will come out much stronger. So we'll begin with making the spice mix. You can actually make this spice mix in large quantities and use it if you're using it to make tea daily. But somehow I like the process of grinding them fresh every single day. And you'll get so used to it that it actually feels nice that you're taking the cinnamon, looking for the spices, where did you hide them? It's part of the process. So for 2 people, I'm going to use 4 pods of cardamom. I'll just put them in. I don't have to deshell it. It will do it by itself. Automated cardamoms. I'm going to use 1 teaspoon of black pepper. I like the strong taste of pepper that can wake me up from my sleep. So you can reduce it if it's too spicy for you. And about 1 teaspoon of clove. This is a spice that it's better that it's not powdered, because it will kind of float on the top of the tea, comes through the sieve and you feel it in your mouth, and that's why I like to have it coarsely ground. So I'll take the mortar and pestle, which is something that you should always have at home for self-defense and to grind the spices. So just give it a coarse grind. And here you can see that our spice mix is ready. That's how simple it is. Oh, and it smells so nice. The mix of cardamom, the sweetness of the cardamom, clove, which is like sweet and spicy, kind of hot, and black pepper, that's kind of on the other extreme, and it smells divine. I'm going to grate the ginger. That will bring out the taste much stronger. Now, depending on the taste of the ginger, you might like to vary the quantity. If you use too much ginger, which is very strong, then it will become very bitter. So maybe you need to understand your ginger first. The gingers that we get here, they're really mild. So I'm going to use this much, which will be about 2 teaspoons of grated ginger. If you have cold, this is one of the best teas that you can ever have. It'll open you up. So I'm going to use only about 2 teaspoons of it. It's strong enough. I have some extra. Maybe I'll give it to my dog. Maybe he has cold. Now, tea is something that I just want to throw everything in one pot, go away for some time, and it should be ready. I don't want to stand there forever while it cooks. So I'm going to start with pouring the water in the saucepan. It's 2 cups of water. Then we'll take about 2 teaspoons of this spice. Yeah, almost. I'll take 2 teaspoons of ginger and the jaggery, and I will heat this water until the water comes to a boil. Now, this is a slightly longer way, but if you don't have time, you can even put the tea and the milk and boil them together. This one will infuse more flavor, this particular method, when I am going to add the tea and the milk later. Oh, I forgot cinnamon. So I'm going to put this much cinnamon, which is like about the size of your little finger, and bring the water to boil. When the water comes to a boil, you can already smell the flavor of the spice. So when you cook the tea on a high flame, the water will start to come up and start to pour out. So you need to make sure that you keep it off the flame. And the other way is just to let it cook for a longer time on a low flame. So when the water has come to a boil, reduce the flame, make sure that the water is not pouring out of the pot, and then add 4 teaspoons of black tea. If the water is too hot, it will just ooze out of the pan. So make sure the flame is low and it's not frothing out of the pan. And you can also add the milk at this time, 1 cup of milk, and then we will cook it for about 10 minutes on a low flame. You can hurry your process, cook it on a very high flame, make sure that you keep lifting the pan all along, or just leave it on a low flame, relax, wait for your tea, let it simmer, and then the real taste of it. They will all fuse in together and it will taste really nice. If you like this video, do click on like and make sure you visit happybellyfish.com. This is our online cooking school where we will teach you how to use spices, learn about fermentation, start shifting to lentils as your daily meal, and what to do with all the spices that you went and bought in India or in some Asian country or Bahamas the last time you went on a holiday there. It took actually more than 10 minutes because I was cooking it on low flame, almost 15 minutes or more. But if you want to make it faster, you can bring it to boil just like how I showed it, and then lower the flame and let it cook for about 5 minutes more. You will know that your tea is ready when you will see a thin layer of cream on top of it. And if you leave it on low flame for much longer, the tea will only get stronger, kind of grinds. But yes, it will become very strong and you might like to add some water or milk if it does become very strong. You can see already like there is a thin layer of cream on top of it. We don't want this. You can take it off or the sieve will do it for you. Now is the time for us to enjoy this warm cup of tea. Now this is a small cup, but the measurements I gave was for this one. And this is how I like to have my tea, in a big cup, and drink it and sip it for a long time. You need to make sure you make this sound so that you let everyone know that you're having something really delicious and they're not. A nice way to make new friends or enemies. Perfect. I would cook it a little bit more to make it slightly thicker. And yes, you can really feel the spices blending in together. Anastasia likes it on a thinner side, and I like the tea on a thicker side. So I give her the tea and I cook it for much longer.